Good evening. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now, March 28, 2026. Pay attention to this. Breaking news just in: Israel destroys a nuclear reactor in Iran. That's right, they already did it. Partially during the 12-day war, and today Israel came back again to finish the job. The Arak heavy water nuclear reactor, one of the most important for building a nuclear weapon, a very important facility. This and more news, exclusive videos from Lebanon, intense fighting, all the information, all the latest updates on the war pitting Iran against Israel and the United States. Family, your likes, your comments, let's get started. Family, good evening. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. Don't miss a thing tonight because we have Shayatet 13, Sayaret 13, the Special Forces, the Navy SEALs, Sayatet, that's another way to say it, depending on where you hear it. Sayatet 13, the Naval Flotilla. Israel, I won't say more. We have battles in Lebanon, high intensity. We have destruction in Lebanon, fire in Iran. Missiles in Israel, human casualties in Israel, and a destroyed nuclear reactor. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. We've got a lot of information to cover, more photos. What a show last night. They drove half the planet crazy with symbolism, whether it's World War III, if this is going to be the end of times. And in the end, it's just a phone app. I have no idea if you want to tell me because I haven't had much time to see it today, but we're going to see it now, I'll tell you. Why hasn't there been a military strategy show during the day today? I mean, why are we doing it so late today? I needed to disconnect. There comes a time when you need to disconnect, not for the whole day, obviously, because we can't, but at least for a few hours. I needed to rest mentally. I needed to get some fresh air, to breathe. And think. Everything I've been experiencing during this last month, all the experiences, everything my eyes have seen, to analyze it, understand it, and to comprehend and accept the reality of the world we live in. It's a difficult reality. The world we live in is not what it should be. But I have hope. I have someone or a lot of people, and I want to say, now that we're already close to 500,000, 495,000, thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I have hope that there are 500,000 people who follow us who want a better world. Because if we didn't want a better world, what kind of people would we be? That's very important. I've changed the thumbnail. The first one we were going to use was this one. I'm not going to change the content itself because we also need to talk about this. Very worrying situation in Israel. This was the first thumbnail we had ready for the live stream. But I decided the destruction of a nuclear reactor had much higher priority. Right now, because of the implications it may have, the risks it may pose, and everything that comes with it. But we have to talk about this. The missile situation is still unfolding. It's still ongoing. We're going to see images here, exclusively, on Military Strategies. Is Israel spelled incorrectly? Yes, it's true. I apologize. Unforgivable. Israel is spelled incorrectly. What's going on? What? This can't be. What do we do now? Should we do the intro again? What do you want? That? No. What Borderlands are you talking about? Not today, please. Not today, because there's no time to waste. Not even a minute to lose. Now it's correct. Thank you, moderators and channel collaborators. What would I do without you? Thank you so much, really, for my oversights. You already know that I'm not good with spelling for different reasons. No, someday I'll explain it, and I make one huge blunder after another. But well, here I am to accept it and admit it. Hey, we're human. We can make mistakes. It's no big deal. What makes us even more human is admitting the mistake. I just opened a photograph. Well, first of all, before anything else, a 60-year-old man died today in Israel as a result of a ballistic missile attack in the central area of Israel. I think, and it goes like this. The Magen David Adom teams confirmed the death of a man around 60 years old at the scene in Tel Aviv. And they provided medical attention to 2 people with minor to moderate injuries caused by the bombing at another location in the city, who were evacuated by ambulance to Ichilov Wilson Hospital in the south of the country. Medical and paramedical staff provided medical care and referred 2 people with minor shrapnel injuries to Soroka Hospital in Beersheba, a 37-year-old man and a 20-year-old woman. In addition, they treated several people with minor injuries who were hurt on their way to a protected area, as well as people suffering from panic. A 60-year-old man, I don't know the full details, but I guess this has something to do with it. I'm going to turn on the siren again because having to hear it again already causes all of us too much stress. It's important for me to say something. There are 2 very important points in this whole story. The first and main one. You have to go to the shelters, please. Don't be ashamed to go to the shelters. Don't be lazy about going to the shelters. Close the doors of the shelters. Don't leave them open because it's super important to close the door. If someone says no, you tell them if you don't want to be in the shelter, you can stay outside, because by leaving the door open, you're doing the same thing. Besides putting hundreds of people in danger, the doors have to be closed. If the government of Israel, with technicians and engineers, has built a shelter where there are doors that have to be closed, they're there to be closed. They're not there on a whim, and they're not there by chance. It's not they put a door there just by chance because they had nothing else to do. No, it's not like that. The doors of the shelters must be closed. You must stay calm, stay close. When the warning siren sounds, you have 7 minutes. Those 7 minutes are life or death. And when the attack happens, go into the shelter slowly and help people who may not have as much mobility. That's point 1. Point 2. Israel is having problems. This is its Achilles heel. The ballistic missiles that have been falling since the early hours of the morning. Today has been a pretty tough day in Israel. There have been waves almost non-stop throughout the day in different areas, mainly in central areas and the Beersheba area. And maybe all of this, I guess, or I assume, has something to do with, or is obviously related to the destruction of a nuclear power plant. I think so. I think we could say that it's an effect caused by the destruction of that power plant. But what does that mean? About Iran, every time there's a major elimination, every time something happens, are they going to launch wave after wave to try to kill civilians? I think that's the big difference. It's what the world doesn't want to see, what the world doesn't want to realize, folks, what the world doesn't want to realize. By the way, we have an exclusive, we have a photo. Photo. The last moment. Iranian sources. No, the one from Miami. Iranian sources confirmed it to me. They tell us, they inform us. They enrich our limited knowledge of this war with their wisdom. We have a photo of the last moment in life of the man who broke the record in targeted killings, Ali Khamenei. We have his photo, we have the last moment. And me, what can I say? I don't believe it. I think it's a really, really good fake. Let's take a look. Family, your likes, your comments. We're starting now with breaking news, told in a different way. There it is, there it is. There's your toilet. A table, tissues, a lot of tissues. Let's examine what the Ayatollah has set up here. Let's examine. Let's see if we find something interesting. They're reading the Quran, that's already a point. The photo of Qasem Soleimani, sorry, yes, Qasem, yes, Qasem Soleimani, there, Qasem Soleimani, the photo of Khamenei. You already know that the original, the Ayatollah, the first one, the one who came from France, from Macron's land, by plane from France to torture the Iranian people, was named Khamenei. There's another photo, I'm not sure, at least I don't see this very clearly. The only thing missing is a photo of Pedro Sanchez somewhere around there, showing up somewhere. There are a lot of documents. It must be for crying over the victims of Israel and the United States. I guess that's why they have so much paper there, for all the tears, the great suffering they're causing them. This was the photo. I didn't get anything special from it. It's just a photo. I don't think it's real. I think it's a photo they had prepared to show. He was a humble man who read the Quran and died reading the Quran. I think it's all just a performance that's not easy for us to swallow. But what happened in the last wave of missiles? What happened in the last wave? Let's take a look. Let's go. Ahí está. The heroes, the great heroes. You have to understand that carrying out an operation like this is much more complicated than it seems. I'll share some details about how a rescue operation works in an environment like this, which we haven't discussed before, by the way. Por cierto. Last frame.
It was interesting.
Why do I say this? Emergency teams, what we're seeing here in the image, have to go into buildings that are structurally damaged to save lives. At any moment, they could collapse where there are sharp edges, dangers, gas leaks, risk of cave-in collapse. They go in there without any fear, precisely to try to save lives, lives that Iran tries to take away. Nice detail. And they are true heroes, just like those who are fighting in the north, just like those who are fighting in Gaza and in other places. True heroes. Few words will be said about them, but these are people who have gone one step beyond the rest. Being brave enough to go into a place like that to save lives. Look, cooperatively, how does look work? The symbols on the buildings, where they mark them with spray paint. Do you see there? C has a meaning for them, a code. It's probably to say this house has been secured, this house has been checked. To find survivors, to find injured people, it's also done, even quickly, because this is a multi-agency job. How do these types of incidents work? From an operational point of view, they are multi-agency incidents. Here we see Army personnel, crime scene investigators, emergency rescue personnel, firefighters, also people specialized in search and rescue, and we see ambulances. All operating under a single command, which makes things easier for them when working and being able to get in there. Damage assessment, a whole series of things that we don't understand, and we don't have to understand everything, but it's there. I think people should realize the great work they do. Saving lives is the best job there is. Being able to say that you've saved a life. That's right. Thank you. Family, pay attention to this. Does anyone have any uranium? Has anyone seen 460 kilos of uranium? Please send a message to the White House. Photograph first photo. Arak nuclear power plant. There it is. Se puede ver claramente, se puede ver dónde ha ido la explosión. Y esta vez Israel creo que sí lo ha hecho bien. La anterior fue parcial.
This has been total.
Here it is. There it is. That complex has been destroyed. Well, they said that Iran was winning the war, but now they're also losing their critical infrastructure, the heavy water plant used to produce plutonium. We're no longer talking about uranium, we're talking about plutonium bombs, my God. It's absolute madness, absolute madness. In 2025, this place was already under attack. We have more images and videos. An attack was launched on Arak precisely because of the plutonium bomb. Take a look at this. June 2025. Israel missile that's gonna go straight to the dome, to the reactor's shield.
There will be audio? There is audio?
Censored, but there was audio that happened in June 2025. Tonight, today, on this very day, what was left of the facility has been destroyed. Is there any danger of nuclear substances like plutonium right now floating around there? Is there any structure that is dangerous for the population worldwide, not just in Iran? No, there isn't. Why? Because of what you're about to see now. We're preparing the map so that people can understand it much better. We're ready. Has this been destroyed this time? According to Israel, that's the destruction that has occurred. Where else? Are we going to see it? Official statement from Israel. Attack on a plutonium plant. Plutonium. Be careful with plutonium nuclear weapons. Those are really dangerous. This has been destroyed. According to the images, and that's the important point. The facility can be destroyed without any leaks. Do you know why? They'll say, well, Israel is crazy because they've destroyed a nuclear plant. What's going to happen now? Is a radioactive cloud going to spread? Are they going to wipe out the world population? Well, no. Do you know why? Because before they start producing plutonium, before they can bring Arak online, before they can work with this material, Israel has destroyed it. That way, they avoid having to sit down to negotiate and be told, we have enough for 11 nuclear bombs. Well, Arak is no longer there. It's not there anymore. Arak is no longer there. What are they saying or talking about right now in Israel? What's happening? What's going on? I find it interesting. Let's watch the video. Waiting for the translation to know what it says. But we're back to the same thing. We have to go to the shelters, family. We have to go to the shelters.
At the scene in Aras, a residential apartment on the second floor of a 3-story building. The apartment was actually hit as part of a cluster bomb. It penetrates one floor, then explodes on the second, causing major destruction and damage here. We arrived together with the emergency organizations, police, MDA, and Kaaba, conduct searches at the scene, and rule out anyone trapped. From this scene, we currently have 2 people lightly injured. It is important to note that there is no protected space in this room. And as you can see, people have gone to protect themselves, and therefore in this room, there aren't too many injured.
I don't know much Hebrew, I'll be honest, but I think he's explaining how the attack happened, how it occurred. We also have some shocking images. He's saying that we have to follow the instructions of the security command. We have to follow them so that lives can be saved, so that no one has to be buried. And to me, that seems pretty sensible, common sense. What has fallen on Gazdan? What's up, family? We're live right now. Thank you so much. Let us know where you're connecting from tonight, and I want you to see this. Ready? That's when the missile hits. That's the moment when the tragedy happens. The missile falls and hits, thank you. And we're seeing it, thank you. It could possibly be a Kaibar Shekan, maybe with a reduced payload to reach farther, to be able to hit a target with better accuracy. But there's another topic we had to look at. There's another one. Be careful with the threats. Multi-domain, multi-scenario. Be careful. Because the story isn't over yet. The Houthis tonight with the spokesperson for the Houthis has a message for Trump. They say they could intervene in the conflict if it escalates, including attacks in the Red Sea or the involvement of other countries. They demand an end to the operations by the United States and Israel, the lifting of the blockade on Yemen, and urge that the agreements in Gaza be fulfilled. The group has not yet joined the war, and I think they could have already joined. Hezbollah could already be fighting, and they're not doing it. Sorry, the Houthis are doing it, Hezbollah is doing it, but the Houthis don't dare to shoot. Not a single missile or drone. They could do it with a slingshot, but it seems they won't. Careful, because to me, I find it unsettling that yes. But what about day 28 of this war, since we're already 28 days into the war, Umbra? I find all of this very interesting, that the Houthis haven't entered the war and don't have the capacity to join. I don't know, will they do it to you tonight? Barbacoas. There's a firestorm tonight in Iran. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what we're seeing. Lebanon, goodbye, 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 oh my God. Shayatet 13. Hey. This is the top of the line in Israel. There they are finding weapons hidden in a stash, ammunition, mines. They are finding documents, information. It's the best of the best. In his resume, he has Shayatet 13. He has, among other things, to give a snack to Greta and to those from the Gaza flotilla. Big operation, a high-risk operation. Honestly, so many ships at the same time, being raided on the same night. Very professional. Fights. Look, how is it used to move the infantry? This is pure military doctrine, plain and simple. To move the infantry on foot. Tanks are used to provide them with firepower, defensive capability, and also, look, the tanks are in a line. This is a very critical moment, and I'm going to explain why. Right now, in this frame we're looking at, you can see how their teammates are covering sectors. You see that these two operators I'm pointing out are covering the balcony area up here on this house. This operator, who is the one recording, is going to start covering the sector that's at his 12 o'clock, approximately between 12 and 1. We could even map it out on a clock face. Imagine 11, 12, and 1 o'clock. And then the image is cut off, revealing something interesting. We see the retreat to a secure position by an advanced team. They're going one by one, and do you know why? With that distance between each soldier, it's to prevent the whole platoon from being injured if one of them steps on an anti-personnel mine. Now let's look at the detail of the weapon, which is also very interesting. By the way, these images are broadcast by the Communication Office of the Israeli Army. We don't want to promote any kind of violence. This is informational content distributed to the media, and we are analyzing it from a military perspective. This setup stands out, but I don't think it's ideal for that rifle. You'll see why. It has a holographic sight system for close combat, and then it has a magnifier or a telescopic sight for mid-range combat. Why do I say it's not the best rifle configuration? Because I have the feeling that it has a short barrel, and that reduces accuracy when grouping shots on a target. Of course, he's carrying a weapon that's obviously also configured with the foregrip. It doesn't provide better grip in a CQB fight, that is. An urban fight, entering apartments and entering to clear rooms. CQC is, as it's called, close quarters combat or close combat in enclosed spaces. And this rifle is good for that. Why? Because it's shortened, it's made narrower, and it has greater mobility, but that configuration seems a bit less useful to us. There are other options. Here we also see a pretty interesting setup. 360-degree protection. We have Merkava, name her vehicles, come on.
Oh, shut up, shut up.
We see a lot of tracked vehicles, very few or no wheeled vehicles, which tells us that they are moving outside the usual routes of movement within southern Lebanon. Why do I say this? Because with tracks, you move much faster in this type of terrain. With wheels, you don't move as quickly. And vice versa. That is, the use of tracked vehicles makes them slower on some terrains, but more valuable on others. You need a vehicle with strong grip here, since the paths aren't made and the terrain is wild, right? This helps you avoid many of the mines or traps set on the roads. We see the setup. We see the work they are doing to provide security. This is an engineering mission, what we are seeing right now. Look at the machine guns on the Israeli vehicles. How do they have them mounted on top? Let's display it here so you can see it in the upper right part of the vehicle. They have a kind of thermal camera or optical camera for surveillance and target acquisition. It's interesting to see all this, very striking to see all the work Israel is doing inside Lebanon. Let's take a look at this. We've already seen this one. There are more, right? We have more videos. How do you say it? Here, for example, we see there has been much fighting. Look at the amount of penetration from light ammunition.
Look at the light ammunition.
We see that they've abandoned everything, that there's some kind of basement. Let's see. It must be a bunker.
Actually, here, underneath these balconies, Tatakaka's main activity is that they've broken the doors in a way, look.
This window you're seeing here, Hezbollah has reinforced it so it can withstand rifle fire, mainly the machine guns. They've put sacks with dirt or rubble.
The main issue with Tatakaka is that they broke the doors of the city of Tatakaka, correct?
Look at the windows. This detail is also very interesting. Hezbollah takes up positions in civilians' homes. Is Hezbollah really the one destroying southern Lebanon by using civilian houses? Look at what you're seeing right now. I think a lot of people wonder, well, how is it possible that they move from one place to another, that they aren't seen, that they aren't all taken out at once? Look, this is one of them. In the inner rooms of the house, or in some of the rooms, they make these kinds of openings, holes in the walls, so they can move from one position to another. That can indicate to us that they're not so stupid and that they've received some military training. Especially the issue of Hezbollah snipers, who can be terrible in every sense, as well as being incredibly vicious. They have received training abroad, and they know that if they shoot more than twice or more than once from the same position, from the same starting point of the elimination operation that the Hezbollah snipers carry out, they put themselves in danger, so they break through walls to move from one building to another and escape quickly. That's a good point. I don't know if he's saying it in Hebrew. I have no idea. I think so, because of what he's pointing at, which is the explanation.
Explanation, no.
Let's go down. Come on, down here. And here you can also see remnants of ammunition. Look, these machine gun rounds that ricocheted. There was fighting here.
These are the machine guns.
Oh my God, look at these tunnels.
Thank you.
All the information that Israel must have, all these stories must be incredible. Really, really, really incredible. Family. Breaking news. United States of America sends news. Another aircraft carrier, the the USS George Bush, is already on its way. Soon, very soon. The question is Gerald Ford coming home today? Secretly dispatched, Gerald Ford's destination unknown? We have Abraham Lincoln, who is in the operations area. Well, now another aircraft carrier is arriving. It must also be said, Iran has managed to strike the Prince Sultan base. We have a photo here. We don't hide anything. We tell everything that happens. Iran would have destroyed at least one plane, a 130 aircraft or a tanker. Possibly tankers. It could have damaged or destroyed tanker planes. It could be. But there's still a lot of war to come. There's still a lot of war to come. Images from tonight, Israel. There it is. We can see it. We can see it. It's terrible that people are out on the street. You hear children screaming as they play. This is unthinkable. Someone has to take drastic, quick, and also effective, very effective measures. This can't be. You can hear children around here. That's not exactly much help. All right. Arak nuclear plant, what happened? At the moment, there are no radiation readings, which is a good sign. It means they weren't working with plutonium yet. They weren't processing it. They were just about to start. There it is. We can see it. The video. Total destruction of the Arak nuclear reactor. Rebuilding it will take a long time. I doubt they'll manage, and it will be very difficult for them. The night turns orange, not red-orange. We're in Tehran. Why? Because of this. Someone is having a bad night, if they're still alive in this world, if not, in the next. But do you realize how much the Middle East has changed in 28 days? Has anyone noticed this? This one has.
The state of Iran is facing security governments and utopia.
Of course, the thing here is, Israel Katz has already gotten us used to a tremendous intensity of eliminations. Can you imagine in heaven the leader of the Houthis, Hassan Darala, Khamenei, Haniyeh, Sinwar? It's incredible. If you stop to think about it, over and over again, it's incredible how many people, the damage in Israel from those missiles.
Over there, Machine, every bald guy is going to throw a lung at him.
Oh my God, how did everything end up? It's super dangerous. This is an operation. You can't imagine it. It's a terrible operation. I want to prepare or talk to a rescue group from Israel so they can tell us a bit about their experience. We could even start a campaign to help the emergency teams, the ones who save lives. All right, we are going to try not to get in anyone's way, but instead we're going to try to turn military strategies into an advertising channel for Israel. But maybe at some point we could help provide more emergency equipment like helmets, gear, and flashlights. All of this can help a lot and save lives. I insist on this. The point here is to save lives. Gaza, in Lebanon, in Israel, in Judea and Samaria, all these places need to be liberated. By the way, speaking of Gaza, a thought just flashed through my mind right now. God, well. Three beeps. Gaza Hamas regarding disarming, handing over weapons, and following the agreements signed by the peace table. What do you think? That Hamas has said it, that it has disbanded, that it has given up. Is Hamas now at this point ready for democracy? Family has never said that it won't disarm. Oh my God, now what? What now? How do we explain everything to the world? Do we have to go back to Gaza for the 5th time to finish the job? Bad business, very bad business. Look at this beautiful thing. People like us who love medieval or military architecture, look at this. It's a border post, one of the many that Iran has with its neighbors. And it's being destroyed. It's a standard design. That's how they build them. We see air defenses. We see a lot of stories here. For example, this one we see here is a radar. It doesn't seem very effective. We don't understand why a radar doesn't work. And they put them right on top of them. We don't know, but don't worry. Iran is winning. Family, we're starting the daily segment. It's all a lie. Iran is winning. Well, let's see if today we also get to be on TV. Let's see it. Attention. The guy who was threatening to close the Strait of Hormuz was the one who was eliminated. The other day, he was doing this interview on the deck of a ship that has been sunk, destroyed. Kaput. The naval chief, that's him. And the most prestigious ships of the Iranian Navy have been destroyed. But don't worry, it's all a lie. Iran is winning the war. Who could possibly believe that? Who would come up with such a story? How can it be that they do this? Just look at what the good citizens who support Hezbollah in Lebanon have in their homes. Pedro, where are you, Pedro? I know you would fit in the picture of the trip around the earth. I'm saying this because the missile first veered off and then came back. It flew off but decided to come back down and fall on a school in Samaria. I'm going to check something. Let's check something. I've tried to get in touch with the show Todo es Mentira. Todo es Mentira. They've used our content without our permission, without mentioning us. It's a crime, obviously, because of the copyright issue. If it comes to that, if things don't get resolved, I'm being honest about this, okay? I'm very honest about this. And also, those who know me personally, and some people do, know that I'm very serious about this matter. I wrote a message to the supposed WhatsApp contact they have to ask them, have you used content from my YouTube channel to say that my statement or my content is a lie? I would like to talk about this matter with you to clear up this situation. If I'm given the chance, I can explain why. The missile that I maintain had its booster fall on a school in Judea, and Samaria is the missile that has Pedro Sanchez's sticker on it. I want to be given that opportunity, and from there, people can decide and think whatever they want. What I don't like is that our content is used to make a lot of money, talking badly about Israel and telling lies. That's what I don't like. That's why, so I don't go back to this topic, because I'm not going to talk about it live again. I'm going to...
Si este asunto no se soluciona,
And he doesn't respond through diplomatic channels. I always prefer the Witkoff and Kushner way. We're going to send Kushner and Witkoff there to the set to negotiate. If things don't get better, they're going to receive a registered letter in which, well, so... I suppose there will be a trial. If any financial compensation is involved, I want to be clear about it. It will be donated in its entirety to a charitable organization to help people in need, for schools, and those needing psychological support. Turning to your announcement that in the next few days we're going to have as guests a law firm in Spain, Christian lawyers, I think that's what it's called. I've been following the topic of... Super. No, I'm sure that...
y con muchísima tristeza, la eutanasia de Noelia.
Noelia Castillo, there has been a lot of talk about her. This week, I want to prepare a program, respectful, serious program, to explain to the world what the current legal situation is, not only for Noelia, who is unfortunately no longer with us. What is the current legal situation regarding euthanasia? What does it mean that someone can decide to die tomorrow if they wish? And to offer a bit of criticism, right? I would like to pause for a moment on the topic of Iran and everything that's happening. I would like to offer a bit of criticism. Millions of euros are being spent. A lot of things come to mind. No, I'm not going to mention any specific one. We could all say it because we see it every day on television. Millions of euros have been spent on this, on that, on corruption cases, on helping their friends. But when it comes to helping the people who really need it, they've given very little, very little. I don't want to jump ahead to that interview, but I think not enough is being done. With people experiencing mental health challenges or going through tough times, what happened to Noelia is something terrible, something that leaves you scarred for life. And I think we haven't lived up to our responsibilities as a society, as a country, or as a healthcare institution in taking care of that girl the way we should have. That's just an opinion on military strategies. That's why I say, adding to the fact that our content has been used nationwide. And it's not about whether it's used or not, but because we've earned our reputation since day one, I think it's disrespectful. That's the first thing. No one has come to ask me, hey sir, about military strategy, why did you say this? No, nobody has done it. Whatever the outcome of this is, or the result of this, you will know. And I have already said, if any money is involved, it will be donated in full, you will see it. I insist, I want more, I don't need more, I have enough to eat. Thank God we have enough to eat. And we don't need more. We don't need anything else. I've been working my whole life. You can also live without me and be happy, so there you go, thank you.
Missile cities.
That doesn't mean they're trying to censor the channel in every possible way. So, it's super important. Likes, comments, sharing, interacting, leaving your comment, joining in, interactions, reactions, emojis, everything.
Everything.
Everything counts. Everything counts. Nothing takes away. Images of Ahmad Kazemi missile base in Isfahan. The groundwork has been laid in Isfahan for several weeks now. Be careful about what might happen in Isfahan. Because while the world thinks that an island is going to be occupied, maybe someone wants to occupy a mountain in Iran where there are 460 kilos of uranium. Just so you know, we might be in for a big surprise. Well, Iran, what does it keep doing? What is it doing to its neighbors, attacking them day and night, non-stop, without a break? They're a danger, but the world stays silent. It looks the other way when drones like these are launched at cities, schools, hospitals. Where are the condemnations now? Where are they? Where are the condemnations for the over 40,000 people killed in January? They're not here. They're not coming. And pay attention to this detail. It's not something you usually see. Launcher, missile launcher. Let's take a look at it here for a second, folks. Let's get the video ready. Here it is. Outside of Hamidam, missiles are being launched at Israel from outside Hamidam. Let's look for it on the map, but while we watch the video, there we see a civilian truck. Let's zoom in to identify the type of missile. I know that later they're gonna go on TV and say, no, the type of missile is a civilian truck. Is that how it works? They must have heard it somewhere. Don't let anyone forget. Qadar. 110.10. This is what I mean. You can get a lot of information from this video, You can't even imagine. Stay and watch it. Let's locate Hamidam. Here is Hamidam. Why is this city important? Because it's the one that connects to the main road to conquer Tehran?
Let's look at some photos.
Well, it seems to be that they have the capability to launch missiles from the Hamidam Mountains, it seems. Let's just take a quick look for some unusual location, something very strange. I don't know what that could be. Has anyone bombed around here? Image from May 13, 2025. I'm not sure. Did someone tear up the road for some reason? A little strange? No. A little peculiar, let's call it that. Quite peculiar. They must have a military installation around here, probably a missile launch site. We were watching it on video, and I pointed out, you can get a lot of information from that video, ladies and gentlemen. You can get a lot of information. This is a quarry. Don't worry, it's a quarry, strictly speaking. I just love looking at things on the map. Today, on top of that, it's free. It's like traveling without being charged. It's the same thing, I'm telling you. You can get a lot of information. Look at this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Look. Look. And look.
Look. By the way, defective missile. Oh my God, did his missile malfunction? Now they'll say Israel bombed a children's school. What happened there? Pay attention, look at how the missile is gaining altitude. At what angle? Remember, this is a ballistic missile, not a cruise missile. It has to follow a ballistic or quasi-ballistic trajectory. In this case, they want to launch it on such a shallow ballistic trajectory at such a very, very low angle that the missile fails. Generally speaking, this missile should have gone much higher before even starting to turn. But no, there you can see it. It already starts to turn from a low altitude. And it starts flying at that rising altitude slowly. It fails because it's not designed for that. That missile, it's not designed for that. The missile fails. And it ends up falling somewhere in Iran. Tremendous. Terrible and tremendous at the same time. That could have hit a house and Israel would have been blamed. Probably, possibly, but this theory that I was talking about, they are launching the missiles much lower or to a lower orbit so that the arrow system and the THAAD system won't engage them. And they do that with cluster munitions, especially with cluster missiles. Well, there we have graphic proof of what we were saying. So people take note, whether they believe it or not. Believe it or not. 29,000 people right now, family. We're missing a lot of likes. At this moment, only 13,000 likes, please. We're on our way to 500,000. We could end this month with 500,000 people. There are 4 days left. 495,000. We have 5,000 left, family. We can do it. Let's make a dream come true for this whole community, the military strategies community. All right, what has Trump said about the Strait of Hormuz? POTUS is coming in strong. Let's check it out.
They have to unveil Trump's star.
I mean, the Trump Strait. Oh, sorry, Hormuz, the Strait of Hormuz. People are laughing. Oh.
They have to open the strait. People laugh. People straight. I mean, Hormuz. Excuse me, I'm very sorry.
He says, sorry, I'm very sorry.
It's a terrible mistake, an outright lie.
It's a serious mistake.
News will say he accidentally said.
Huh? Fake news, they're going to say, well, he actually said the Trump Strait. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. No, it's not a mistake. It's not a mistake because the United States is moving more and more personnel to the area of operations. I would like to show you something. It's been days since we showed the Trump Strait. Planes are flying over Israel. The K-35Rs, there they are, circling in the corridor heading toward Iran. The C-17 planes that keep arriving, loaded with options for Donald J. Trump. C-5 planes, C-17 planes, look. The war effort is supplied 24 hours a day. This is important, 24 hours a day. And I was telling you, we have a video. An important video. Let's watch it. Oh, yes, 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 we have something.
This one.
We can't let this slide, please. Breaking news, Israel.
Yes.
Our favorite. Francesca Albanese, the United Nations Special Envoy to the occupied territories of the West Bank, Judea, and Samaria. And call it whatever you want, you're going to be amazed. The journalist asks her, what are your sources for stating the number of deaths in the Gaza Strip directly caused by Israel? Who are your sources? Miami confirmed it to me. Watch this video. It's Albanese's greatest humiliation. Pay close attention.
The information I provided in the report.
The information provided in this report is...
Of course I could to do the thank you.
He says, of course, I can't go and count the dead myself.
But me?
But me.
Lied on...
I've relegated him. Albanese has relegated him to someone. Let's see to whom.
On information provided by...
Or the information has been provided?
Provided, and it's going to go... Bye.
Bye. We have a new Maduro. Bye.
To Palestinians, Israel.
Palestinian Israeli.
To Palestinian Israelis.
Lawyers from Palestine and Israel. Lawyers.
And others. Those are the
deaths confirmed by others, but we don't know who the sources are. We don't know if they're local people. Ricky, Martin, Maluma, Mazvani, we don't know who went to count them.
And others. These are the confirmed dead.
Yes, it's confirmed. Look at the face. And the UN keeps working. The UN keeps working? It doesn't know how to do its job and keeps working. But what kind of scam is this? He has been saying for 3 years that Israel has committed a massacre there of 60,000, 80,000, 100,000 people, and he doesn't know who went to count them.
I mean, I suspect that the thousands of... That you suspect...
Ma'am, that you have a job at the United Nations as a special envoy to report on the human rights situation in Palestine. You don't know your sources, who provides the information, or what's happening because you're not there in person. But what kind of special envoy for human rights are you? But what a shame this is.
Therefore, hundreds of those who are lost, what? There are hundreds of missing people. There may be other deaths.
He says there are hundreds of missing people. Maybe they're also dead.
The point is that...
The point is it's destroyed.
There is a need to just, as I said.
He says, there's a need, as I've said. He doesn't know what to say.
Priority is to stop Israel.
He says, the main focus now is stopping Israel. To hear Albanese's priority?
The point is that there is a need. I said the priority is to stop Israel.
That's what they're paying me for us to stop Israel. That's the priority. Because if we don't stop Israel, they won't pay me. But what kind of disgrace is this? But what kind of disgrace is this? What do you want me to upload? I heard something about it. Am I supposed to wait for the boss to upload it? What happened? I'm reading the chat. It's just that, look, I'm not going to make any comments right now. It's 44 seconds. Watch it, even if you don't know English. They asked her, ma'am, what sources do you have to confirm this for us? That the number of deaths you are publicly reporting in your report on behalf of the United Nations is accurate? Listen to him.
Listen to him, listen to him, listen to him. Of course, I couldn't go and do the death count myself, but I relied on information provided by Palestinian and Israeli lawyers and others. These are the deaths that are confirmed. I mean, I do suspect that among the thousands of those, the 4,000 of those missing, those disappeared, there might be other deaths. The point is that there is a need. There is a need to just, as I said, the priority is, it's to stop Israel.
Did you hear that? If this Lady Gaga of the United Nations is fed up, mute, or something is wrong with her, she has problems, is something happening to Albanese? I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh today. And if the girl has some problem, please let me know. The important thing is that you've seen her. I mean, you've seen this done. Ba 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 ba. She looks like a sheep.
Thank you.
They send the worst ones to press conferences to make a fool of themselves. Because in the end, it's just embarrassing. That's what he does. For what reason? For what reason? For what? Breaking news. We have to record it, right? We have to record that sound. Let's see, let's see. Let's look for it.
The information I provide?
Let's see.
Report is, of course I couldn't go and
Let's see. What second are we on?
count myself, but I relied on information provided by ha 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 ha.
Did we have it? Oh, I love this. I'm passionate about it. I was falling asleep until Vanessa came. He's like Red Bull. He gives me wings. Hey, he sparks my creativity. This is going to be great. This is gonna be great. Thank you, Albanese. Thank you, Albanese. You did great. Give me a second. We're going to mess with him. We're really going to mess with him. There are strategies for acting that way. Nothing good is going to happen. 1 second, family. We have the song of the summer. This is going to be great. Oh my God. And to top it all off, this could be a summer hit. Let's see how it turned out. I think it turned out well, huh? I have the feeling it turned out well, really well. Let's put it on. What's this? This, I haven't heard it, okay? We're going to listen to it live. Come on, let's watch it. Family, welcome to Military Strategies. Have you just joined one of the programs that covers the news differently? We tell stories, we have sarcasm, we have laughter, we have tears, sorrow, honor, and glory. And we have moments like this. We have moments that are historic. It's just that there isn't.
Hey, buddy, bye-bye. Hey, buddy, bye-bye. Hey, bye-bye.
Bye.
Buddy, bye-bye. Buddy, bye, buddy. Buddy, bye-bye.
It can't be. I couldn't believe it. Bye. We need a sticker, please, right now. Please, sticker. We're going to put this on right now. Sticker.
Bye.
Bye. It's that this is. These guys make fortunes just by saying bye. No war, peace. Yes, peace. Bye. Is it a hybrid? I'm amazed. And now we have a real break. While he's coming, let's see. Are you asking me about translation? Is he talking to the extraterrestrials? At the very least, Barbie's close friend? Gaza? United Arab Emirates. Where is this happening? Bahrain? Drone attacks against U.S. infrastructure and bases. In the area, ballistic missiles falling, impact after impact. Let's see. Let's put it over here. Let's close it for a second. There we go. We see it. We see it fall. An impact there. Impact confirmed. You can see it. See the fireball. This is, I always say it. We'll tell everything here. If their missiles fall, Hey, it's just that their missiles are made to cause damage. Iran is not firing harmless stuff. Iran is not firing harmless stuff. They are throwing things to kill people, to massacre people. Realize that. Bye.
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 Bye. That's it. It's over. There are no arguments, no sources, no evidence, just empty accusations that all the parrots repeat and the seals applaud all around the world. That's how it is. That's how it is. Impressive video now. Impressive Tel Aviv. Oh my, look. Bye. Oh my, good thing they're offices. Hey, but can someone tell me who makes the signs? In Israel, to survive a ballistic missile, does the sign still work? Definitely a Mossad office. The Mossad office thing is a joke. These people only fire missiles at civilians. It's intense, but family, we have to stay in the shelters, we have to stay in the shelters, we have to stay in the shelters. Yeah, we could do a remix. No war, just peace, bye, bye, bye. This is intense. Let's use Super Chat. It's been a while since we've used it, family, and we haven't had a show today. We have to make the most of our time and make it productive, very productive, always. The other day, they got really nervous when I said Pedro's missile had landed in a school. They got really worked up. Ufrias, thank you very much. Ufrias, Deborah, let's begin. I see you all like the let's begin. Thank you for your excellent work and dedication. Thank you. I was falling asleep until Albanese showed up. Has it been a wake-up call? Or disgusting? Marifan, the members of the Revolutionary Guard, how many are there? Thousands, many. Thank you for always providing the best information from El Salvador. A big hello, Margarita, Salvador. I want to send a hug to the people of El Salvador. Please, I haven't forgotten about you. The videos are in the works. I don't have time to edit them because I'm the one who edits my own videos. I don't have editors. I want to do something unique, incredible, amazing. I need time. When we finish with the war with Iran, I'll get to the El Salvador topic no matter what. Visit to Sikot. Strategies patrolling with the Minister of Defense of El Salvador. Patrolling with the minister on the streets of El Salvador. My God, it's crazy, truly crazy what we've experienced in El Salvador. Strategies in the units. Armored units of El Salvador. We've also been out there with the Trident Force, Special Forces Against Drug Trafficking and Terrorism. We've also been with them. It's been incredible. We've been close to Bukele. This time we couldn't greet him personally. But I hope that we'll go back there. We've met amazing people, incredible human beings who are doing an incredible job for their country. The people of El Salvador are moving their country forward. It's something incredible. Everywhere I went, including restaurants, all of them. Speaking well of Bukele, I didn't find anyone who said Bukele is bad. I asked everyone on the street and stopped people. And people would say, that guy is crazy. Who is that guy in the Maduro tracksuit? Ma'am, do you like Bukele? Oh, we love him. But did they really mean it? I can't wait for you to see it. Everything we've experienced there and everything we've seen. Campanilas, it's been a long time. Thank you so much, Campanilas, a regular on the channel. Silke, thank you so much, Ana. Thank you so much, Romita, Miranda. Thank you so much, Casameme. All my love to you, Estrategia, and to the Estrategias family. Thank you for your great work and to everyone who helps. Even without sending a super chat, you're all important and part of this family. Thanks for all you give us. Noelia, what a shame. Pavel, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a complicated topic we're going to talk about. There's going to be a lot of debate. There's going to be a lot of tension, right? I want to give everyone a voice so that everyone can share their point of view. And in the end, these things, it's God who decides, but we have to look at it because it's something that's not normal. A doctor is there to save lives, not to take them. And in this case, that girl died in a hospital where lives are saved, not taken. This is the first time I've heard of a case in Spain where someone is deliberately killed in a hospital. And this debate could open up many things. We allow a person to decide euthanasia, that is to end their own life for whatever reason. But nevertheless, we don't have penalties against rapists, terrorists, drug traffickers who steal lives. We don't have laws that can take their lives. They have stolen the lives of so many innocent people, and yet they are still alive. What's more, in Spain, to this day, terrorists from the ETA armed group are being allowed to walk the streets. How do people who didn't want to die come back to life? Why are the others still alive if they're responsible for the death of other human beings? On purpose? It's a very, very, very interesting debate, the one I want to start. I think it's going to be electrifying. Carlos, Teresa, thank you so much, Carlos and Teresa. For Albanese, the priority is to get that shot of him and squeeze as much money as he can out of this planet. Oh my, Anan al-Shamani has eliminated something red, but you have to see it. We have breaking news. We have Nancy Armani was killed yesterday. Ah, well, we have news. We have breaking news. Adnan al-Shamani had declared jihad against the United States. Very well, your wish is my command. What are we going to do? Should we take you out? All right. He's eliminated. Fade to black. The phrase fade to black means this. Eliminated, so people know. The elimination of Shamani. We have the Albanese stickers. We have the Albanese stickers. We're going to put them up in a few seconds. Albanese stickers. We're going to put up these stickers so our community can say bye, bye, bye. Bye. This is magnificent. Let's add the sticker. Let's see, emojis. There it is. Family, in a few seconds. Ready, Albanese? Albanese is in the house. There you go. Leave and rejoin the live stream, because those of you who are members can use it right now. Starting right now, nothing less than one of the community's most anticipated emojis from Military Strategies. The Great List is joined by Greta, Mina Greta, Barbie, Gaza. I'm going to say something else. The one that starts with Gaza. It starts with Goo. There's the sticker now. Please confirm in the chat that it works. This is amazing. This is amazing. There's Albanese. There he is. Bye. 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 You have to exit and re-enter for it to show up. I think you need to refresh the stream, exit and re-enter quickly. I hope you're not about to leave. I hope you're not about to leave. Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave, because I have something here. Yes, I have something. We have something. Let's see. There's something I'm missing. There's some information and it's on the tip of my tongue. What happened? There's something's been rattling around in my head. Ah, yes, man, yes. Pedro Sanchez, Pedro Jones. Looking for the missiles. He's searching for them in Lebanon, searching for them in Gaza, searching for them in Yemen. Pedro, look at what's in the houses in southern Lebanon. What do you think, Pedro? grenade launchers, RPGs, rifles, anti-tank mines, machine guns, mortars, wires to make explosives, to make traps. And in a medical warehouse? In a medical warehouse where the carpet or the bag or whatever is put on the floor. It's from the UN Refugee Agency. I think it's ACNUR, right? Yes, ACNUR in Spanish. Yes, UNHCR, yes, well, buy from the same people. The same people behind buy are from UNHCR. Well, so there we see it. Grenades, RPGs, mines, telescopic mines. That's intense. Let's see if we behave. We'll add another sticker. If we behave, we'll add another sticker. But you have to leave a lot of likes, stickers for likes. I wish everything was that simple. I wish that was all it was. Yes, I have something to tell you and some information to share.
Yes. Wow. Oh my goodness.
That's it. The other day, Lebanon, as a country, as a government, gave the order for the Iranian ambassador in Lebanon to leave the country on Sunday. They expelled the ambassador, right? Ambassador, right? This little creature, who didn't have a pager because the predecessor wasn't there, got badly messed up by the pagers, the little hands and the little eyes. Well, pay attention to this, pay attention to this. Hussein al-Hash Hassan, a Hezbollah deputy, states that the Iranian ambassador will not leave Lebanon. He adds that the decision rests exclusively with President Michael Aoun. Bye, since the ambassador has not presented his credentials. I have a feeling about something. I'm curious. I wonder what Israel Katz will think when he reads the news that the ambassador, who was given until Sunday to leave the country, hasn't left by Sunday. What options should Israel Katz consider to help Lebanon as a good neighbor and in the spirit of brotherhood to help Lebanon deport the Iranian ambassador in Lebanon? Things come to mind. I don't even want to think about it. It's still the same. They're not going to kick him out. That was just to make a headline, to look good in the eyes of international public opinion. Lebanon wants a truce, Lebanon wants Hezbollah, and all this to end. Nothing. Everything stays the same. By the way, don't... You all remember the landing? At Gallipoli, 1915 World War I. Gallipoli. The other day, in one of the most widely read newspapers in Spain, El Mundo, they were talking about Gallipoli. Allow me. The special envoy to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Alberto Rojas. Welcome, Alberto, to Military Strategy. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Thank you for this. Thank you, Alberto. Thank you. We create content every day. Alberto Rojas, which is not red, Rojas is the last name, it's the last name, Alberto Rojas, wrote this article in El Mundo. Iran is preparing a Gallipoli. For Trump, why? Could a landing in the Strait of Hormuz be a suicide mission? In that battle of the First World War, the Allied troops had to land on narrow beaches, dominated by heights from which they could be gunned down. On the southern coast of Iran, there are steep stretches, mountainous areas next to the sea, and limited access points. Gallipoli campaign. Should I say something completely outrageous about Gallipoli? All right then, family. We have an exclusive for the entire Spanish-speaking community, for the whole world. The warriors, the chosen ones, the elite of Iran, who are going to defend the islands so they won't be invaded by Donald Trump and the Marines. The Gallipoli team, exclusively here on Military Strategies Family, welcome you. The Gallipolis. Shocking images from the island of Kish. The Great Wall. Against an invasion by the Marines. Is this for real? They have gathered the best from each neighborhood on the island to make a human chain. Of course, the women on one side, right? Careful, let's see. The goats on one side, the men on the other. Just in case, with all the chanting of death to Israel, death to the United States, there might be some kind of lust or more intimate desire and someone could commit a sin. So, it's very important for women to be fully covered in black, going to the beach in black. It's something essential in Iran. Because if you wear another color, you might scare the turtles, the sharks, and any sea animal that passes by. So, women in black, black, deep black, look at this. These are the ones who are going to defend against the invasion. Death to the European Union. In fact, EU...
Go, 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 go.
No, death to the Emirates.
Death to the Emirates. Goal, goal, goal.
Goal, I don't know. I can't confirm it.
Go, 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 go. Great COVID-19. Great, the COVID.
Yes, Barbar Israel, but for now the ones who are dying are you, Barbar. In droves. I mean, the military officers, there are victims in Israel, make no mistake, okay? Monobre. This is incredible. This is incredible. I'm not sure if he got a challah sandwich afterward. If Trump, do you guys notice anything? If Trump invades that island, are those same people who are clowning around going to go ask the American soldiers for food? Do you guys realize this? This is quite a drama. They're taking our channel away. They're taking our channel away.
No, 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 no.
Let me finish.
Let me finish. Let me finish. What would life be without these moments? Let's see. Tell me, what would life be without these moments? Bye, Gallipoli or almost Poli? Again, excuse me. It's just not working. At this hour, it's already 12:18 in Spain. This is going to turn out like the hammer in the end, but in a good way. Instead of calling it the hammer, let's call it the stake. They say that with vampires, only a stake works. So a stake, the stake of strategies. Oh, my new section, new additions. If we're down to one planet, I hope Elon takes us to Mars soon, because this is unsustainable. Wow, my goodness, this is insane, guys. Absolutely insane. All right. We've already been at it for an hour and 42 minutes. I think we've done a good deed for humanity today. Well, no, wait. The minister, the head of naval intelligence was also eliminated. The head of the Navy was eliminated and the intelligence chief too. They're already without an IQ. Family. Good night. Don't be bad. Get some rest. Tomorrow is another day. With more news and more to share. See you here on Military Strategies.